25 Best PSP Action RPG. Number 25. Phantasy Star Portable. Despite its problems, including a terribly lackluster story, poor AI, and imperfect lock-ons, Phantasy Star Portable is really satisfying, especially if you enjoy collecting loot and seeing your deliciously fashionable Robo-Wizard level up. The diversity of the weapons, mixed with the franchise's intrinsic charm, make this an appetizing title for the dungeon-savvy gamer. Number 24. Untold Legends: The Warrior's Code. At this point in the PSP's life, there are a number of better games in the same genre. However, if you've played all of them and are trying to find a hack-and-slash game to fill up some time between other games, this is going to get the job done for you. Number 23. Phantasy Star Portable 2. The main storyline boasts more than 40 hours of gameplay, but the figure doubles if you are inclined to battle secret bosses, complete side quests, or surpass the standard level 99 limit. Though repetitive mission objectives and simplistic puzzles shortchange explorations, Phantasy Star Portable 2 offers enough features to please. Number 22. Tales of the World: Radiant Mythology. Fans of Tales games will probably get a kick out of Radiant Mythology, as well as be more willing to overlook its flaws. In fact, Radiant Mythology is the video game equivalent of fanfiction, and everything else is just the standard RPG stuff.
Hey, you okay?
Who are you?
Number 21. Untold Legends: Brotherhood of the Blade. At first glance, it would appear that Untold Legends is purely a knockoff of Sony's other notorious action RPGs, but believe it or not, this title manages to stand on its own with little need of help. Despite some minimal setbacks, Untold Legends: Brotherhood of the Blade provides an excellent experience not yet offered on a handheld. Number 20. Monster Hunter Freedom. Monster Hunter Freedom delivers what fans want in a portable game, and while it's unfortunate that Freedom shipped without an online mode, the single-player campaign and multiplayer mode have enough content to produce more than 100 hours of gameplay. It is one of the longest, most involved titles on the system. Number 19. Kingdom of Paradise. Kingdom of Paradise is original, well-produced, and fun to play, and it looks really great. It isn't easy to get into, and can definitely be confusing at times, but the game's vivid setting and its fast-paced combat ought to keep you motivated all the way through.
Come on!
Number 18. Dungeon Maker Hunting Ground. Even with its flaws, Dungeon Maker Hunting Grounds rises above its individual parts to offer a fresh take on old standbys. It also has a good value with 30 or more hours of gameplay, though the tedious nature of the combat may cause you to move on 10 or 15 hours into the game. Number 17. Monster Hunter Freedom 2. Monster Hunter Freedom 2 is a deep and fun experience that's only going to appeal to a very select group of gamers. The learning curve in the beginning will keep some people away, but those who stick around will find hundreds of quests, items to combine, and a serious upgrade to keep them entertained for hours. Number 16. God's Eater Burst. God's Eater Burst is a fun game about killing critters and collecting loot. It has some great ideas in place, including a transforming weapon model and complex bullet creation. But it lacks variety, though God's Eater Burst does target a unique audience that rarely gets time in the spotlight. Number 15. Justice League Heroes. While it shares a lot of its components with Snowblind's past dungeon crawlers, Justice League Heroes has a pretty unique flavor. The character customizations give you enough freedom in shaping the heroes without betraying the characters, and at about 10 hours, it's a healthy size adventure. Number 14. Dungeon Siege Throne of Agony. Throne of Agony offers the Dungeon Siege experience, albeit tweaked for a mobile audience. Along with great presentation and accessibility, Throne of Agony offers a lengthy quest filled with memorable locations and fancy enemies. Some of the quests will feel a little shallow, but overall the game's strengths outweigh its weaknesses. Number 13. Star Ocean Second Evolution. This game is on par with First Departure, despite suffering from some of the same issues. If you don't mind playing an older game with a more simplistic battle system, Second Evolution will definitely reward you with a diverse cast of characters and a classic story that mixes fantasy and science fiction together in a charming way.
Northern Cross!
Number 12. Star Ocean First Departure. If you can look at First Departure and understand that it's based on a very old title, you'll likely be able to overlook the problems and get a fair amount of satisfaction from the simple but mildly rewarding gameplay and old school themes.
I wanted to die in space.
Number 11. ClaDun X2. ClaDun X2 is a fundamentally solid game that offers a lot of different and interesting ways to play. There's a lot to dig into in ClaDun X2, but only those with patience and a lot of time to invest in learning its ins and outs will be able to enjoy it to its fullest. Number 10. ClaDun. This is an RPG. Although ClaDun is designed for a very specific type of gamer and the actual battle system is simpler than the robust character building behind it, this retro dungeon crawler is a blast. You'll get more playtime out of this game than most other action RPGs, and the customizations options are arguably the deepest this genre has ever seen. Number 9. Ys, The Oath in Felghana. The story is compact and unpretentious, the action is fast-paced, and the involute dungeons provide some tricky platforming and a host of foes to obliterate. If you're looking for an uncomplicated action role-playing game and don't mind occasionally wrangling with the environment, The Oath in Felghana surely fits the bill. Number 8. Gurumin, A Monstrous Adventure. Gurumin is one of those pleasant surprises that you wouldn't necessarily expect from its childlike appearance. While you'll have to put up with load times and sometimes questionable camera, this is still an excellent title that should appeal to action RPG fans. Number 7. Ys 7. Ys 7's strength is its action. And while it may not be the most memorable or modern, there's something to be said for grand, giant bosses wiping the floor with you. The satisfying elements of the gameplay still carry the Ys formula well in the present day, for new fans and old. Number 6. Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII. This is a game you must play if you own a PSP, if you like RPGs, or if you want to get lost in a gripping story. The only truly disappointing aspect of Crisis Core is reaching the end, because Gaia is a world you want to stay in, populated with extraordinary characters who will move you. Number 5. Marvel Ultimate Alliance. Beyond being a well-made and accessible action RPG, Marvel Ultimate Alliance captures the essence of the Marvel Universe, an incredible feat considering the breadth of the source material. This is simply a must-have for Marvel fans, though the action itself remains satisfying enough for those in search of a good dungeon crawler to enjoy. Number 4. Monster Hunter Freedom Unite. The silver lining is that, as with its predecessor, Unite allows you to tackle multiplayer adventures via ad hoc play. If you can manage to get accustomed to the awkward camera and controls, as well as remain a diligent player, you'll be able to scratch your itch with some truly spectacular rare gear. Number 3. Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep. Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep has the best battle system in the series and one of the most ambitious storytelling devices yet. The game's few issues are enough to spoil the fun. With 3 characters to choose from, plenty of fun mini-games, and a rich combat experience, Birth by Sleep comes highly recommended. Number 2. X-Men Legends 2 Rise of Apocalypse. Overall, X-Men Legends 2 is a lengthy and fun adventure that anyone with a PSP and an interest in superheroes or action RPGs will certainly enjoy. It doesn't do anything new or groundbreaking in terms of gameplay mechanics, but the cast of characters and the story are more than enough to make it worth playing. Number 1. Tales of Eternia. If you can get over its unattractive look and the fact that Tales of Eternia is basically a revamped old title, you can enjoy one of the better PSP titles for 40 or so hours and a lot more. If you like action RPGs, you really have no reason not to try it out.
It's showtime.
You will prove a useful tool.